Let me make more videos about Hispanics and the Democratic votes. Because of what just happened to Jasper and the other black candidates. They got voted out of office by Latinos and Hispanics. And it's crazy. But remember, I have the least minority friendly degree on the planet. I know this was happening back in 84 and 85 because they were talking about it in classes, golf classes, about how they lobbying the government to replace the black workforce with Hispanic workforce. So I know about this stuff in 83 and 85, and I experienced it in the 90s where they push all those blacks out at Club Med for Hispanic workers and paid them triple what they paid us with no experience. But that was to frustrate us and to get us mad to quit. But anyway, I've been know about this stuff going on, and let me give you some example, right? I was looking at a video yesterday of a Spanish lady saying why that Hispanic are voting red forever. She showed a video with Jasper talking to a church. And Jasper said they need to keep the Hispanic here to work in the field because we ain't picking cotton no more. Right? The Spanish girl, who is a paid op, the Republican had to pay her for everything she said, but they reversing history. Now they saying and trying to change the history by saying Hispanic was the one picking cotton. She said we Spanish ain't picking cotton no more. We got regular jobs, just like the rest of America, and blah blah and blah 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 blah. And a Democrat want to put all the Hispanic back in the field. That's why we voting Republican across the board, because the Democrat want us back in the field to work like slaves and blah 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 blah. Right? That's a lie. Jasper will respond to Trump saying, I'm going to get rid of all the Hispanics to give black people their job back. That was Jasmine Crockett was responding to. And she said, we ain't going in the cotton field no more. Well, in reality, if you smart enough, nobody have to go in the cotton field no more because they got cotton pickers. They got machines to pick the cotton. So don't fall for the dumb shit. What this Spanish girl is trying to do is get all the Spanish people to hate Democrats. She is paid up. Nobody pick cotton no more. The machines do it. You in the air conditioned tractor, big tractor, air conditioned, music, relaxing, chilling. So don't fall for the dumb stuff, because everything what she said, what the Democrat doing, is what the Republican doing. We watching it every day on TV. We watching it on social media. They dragging kids out of class. They dragging Hispanic off the jobs. They put them in different countries so they'll never see each other again, even the children. What can be more bad than that? Because one thing for damn sure, if you on a farm, you still here and you can maneuver. You can't maneuver outside the country. So with this Spanish girl saying, for all the dummies, that it's best to be deported than to be on the farm. That's what she's saying. She said, we're going to vote red across the board. And they didn't just start that. I remember back in when Nick Romney and Obama were going head to head. We were in there drinking coffee on the job, two blacks The rest white and Hispanic. And one of the white guys say, man, I think that black guy gonna win. And the Mexican guy say, if Negro win, the world gonna end. And the black guy said, what do you mean by that? Another Hispanic guy who was my best friend, he said, everybody know that Negro is the dumbest in the world. Y'all should praise the white man. The white man put y'all animals out of the jungle. Y'all had chains around y'all neck, hands, and legs, and y'all done woo, 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 woo. The white man civilized you, Davey. The white man civilized black people because y'all were animals. I say, how you come up with that dumb shit? Say, roots, 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 roots. See, me and President Clinton talk about roots because he said my life story was going to replace roots. But he said the same thing what that Hispanic guy said. To black people, roots show that we strong, resilient. We can put up with anything and still survive. But Clinton say the other races, it means we dumb, stupid, and have no will to fight. He say that's why roots should only be looked at in the black household. And they shouldn't let it leak outside the other races because that's the impression it gives that black people are weak and dumb and don't have no fight in them. Now, I married a Vietnamese woman, right? And we were sitting in immigration one day. Obama was going up against Trump. And she say, if black men win, the world gonna end. And I said, why? She said, David, because everybody know black people are stupid, David. Black people is the dumbest on the earth. They're not even human, David. The white man civilized y'all. I said, how the hell you figure that? She said, roots, roots, David, roots. Look at roots. They bringing you out the jungle, y'all animal. Woo, 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 woo. That thing I know, we were surrounded by machine guns. And they told me to go cross over on the other side of the room, and they explained to her that ain't no race superior than the other race. But you see all these people in here? You playing with your life. Because these dumb people, president, and they ain't never seen nobody at his level before. Ain't nobody never went the far that he went. And on the way home, she explained to me, T, the more money you got, David, the smarter you ill. Trump is smarter than Obama, the blah, 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 blah. I say, do you know all the degrees Obama got? And Trump ain't got no degree? She said, but degree don't mean nothing, David. Who make the most money is just smarter and should be president. I said, well, not in America, baby. Not in America. You know, so that's where they get this stuff from. Now, when Obama run against Nick Romney, right? Obama won. The Mexican dude, he was losing 3 houses. He had 3 houses, $300,000 each. He was making $12 an hour or $13 an hour. That's why the market went down, because they were throwing these houses on these Hispanics who making $10 and $12 an hour, right? $1 million houses. So Obama made a way the bank can take 2 houses, but they can't take 1. They got to leave that person 1 house. So everybody came to work that day when Obama made that rule, right? And they say, hey, don't you love Obama now? He saved you a house. And he said, nigga, that nigga made me lose all my houses. And everybody just know Bush was the one with the, everybody was crashing, the real estate was crashing. They said, what you mean Obama make you lose all your houses? He said, I told y'all that nigga get an office. The world gonna end. And I'm like, oh my God, have mercy. So, this shit ain't started with Donald Trump. Donald Trump played the game by holding up the can, and that when they all went over to Trump. He said, I love Goya. Then his wife girlfriend come on to me, I love Goya. And the Hispanic went crazy. Trump love Goya. Trump love Goya. I said, man, y'all don't vote for that man. That man said he gonna deport y'all. I said, no, David, you don't understand. Trump really love Goya. I said, man, billionaires don't eat no goddamn canned goods, man. What's wrong with y'all? And that when Trump stole all the Hispanics votes. One little simple act of saying he loved Goya. And after that, he said, if it weren't for the stupid people, I wouldn't be in office. But these people doing what they can do to save that midterm. And is what happened to Jasper Crockett is the beginning. Trump gonna have power after that midterm. Because that girl said today, they voting red across the board. Because the Democrat trying to put them in the field. Yeah, but the other motherfucker trying to deport you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Thank you, and God bless.